John Dudeney is with me. John, you're from the Ditchling Common Stud. We're talking about horses then, I guess.
Yes, we've got a number of horses here that are taking part in the medieval Skillet Arms tournament today. And there are a lot of people with their own horses, but we're, I think, the only riding school in England that specialises in mounted skillet arms, so we have a lot of our own horses here.
Okay, so are your staff and people that come to the stud, are they taking part, or are you just supplying the horses, if you like?
No, it's some members of staff with their own horses and clients using our horses.
Do you need a specific type of horse, or one with a particular temperament to take part at skillet arms?
As with every sport, it depends on what level that you're working at. Ideally, though, you want a horse that's not terribly big, maybe 15-1, 15-2, and when you're doing the sport seriously, it needs to be very fast and obedient. To begin with, you need something that's perhaps not quite so fast and a good steady platform.
Good steady platform. I've got to ask this question. I mean, obviously there's a danger to anything, but obviously I guess the safety of the horse and the rider are paramount when you do these things.
Yes. The weapons are sharp, and at the end of the day they were meant to do damage. So before one can even consider taking part in mounted skillet arms competitions, one does need to be a good rider. And training for the rider and the horse is paramount, and nobody is here today who hasn't had considerable training, likewise with the horses.
How do you go about training a horse to do something quite specific like that? It must take a long time, I would have thought.
Horses are a bit like people. Some learn very quickly, some are more slow, and some just never learn. So the temperament of the horse is important, and it's a case of introducing things little by little. The most important thing to do with a horse to start with is to get it used to things, odd things, flags, people, anything peculiar. And then one introduces it to the rider carrying a pole, and the pole flying backwards and forwards, not dissimilar to the way you might teach a polo pony to begin with.
Right. Do you have to do a lot of research to how things were done in medieval times to do the skillet arms? Is it faithful to the era?
Mounted skillet arms, in principle, has been the same since ever. The first tournaments in this country were introduced by the Normans when they came over. And we will do mounted skillet arms from any period. The only thing that really changes as you move on is the introduction of the gun. When we're doing competitions against the army in this country, then we'll use a revolver. On a day like today, we will use medieval weapons, purely lances and swords.
John, I hope it all goes well for you. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
Thanks very much.
Okay.